Welcome back to AVPlays. Welcome back to Big Ambitions. And we are done with our factory. And we are picking right back up on Thursday, day 95. It is about 12:17 p.m. Yesterday, we made $217,000, and we are done setting up our factory. Now, I'm not sure if this is the most efficient way, just because these are kind of laying here, waiting. Here. I don't know why this one's not going. That's why. Is mine said email? There you go. Maybe if I didn't mess up, it would go. It's expensive. It's great. Frank. Yeah. But we have got this going. The it's at 100%. And I really like the layout. Not sure if it's the most efficient, like I said, but the entire factory is laid out and producing. And it's making quite a bit of clothes per day. I would say we are up there. Let's see. See if it'll say. Yeah, so it's making 3.92 products per hour, 5 minutes per product. But looking at the inventory, we are really like 4,000 classic, female, almost 2,300 male. The modern is low. And then if we go to our warehouse and look at inventory here, we're looking at modern, expensive, female and male. And then, sorry, what's that? Yeah, okay. And then classic expensive as well. So it is up there. We're stockpiling. Eventually that'll get to kind of left. So we're doing awesome. And we even have a little bit of more going on over here. We, of course, haven't finished this. We will be building out 2 more lines to finalize this, but that will probably happen off camera. Now, our next step is, hopefully I can grab one of these taxis. We are going to be moving our headquarters today. And hopefully we are going to be moving it to this building right here. We can definitely afford that. So we will be shutting down our previous headquarters and setting up a new headquarters here. So I think what I'm going to do is use that immediately. I know you can you can keep multiple headquarters. I'm not going to do that. And just get our money back for that. $260,000 now. And we have the empty building. Or like this. Then let's just name it the same thing. Wonderful. And let's go ahead and travel here. Look what happened. And what I really like about this building, not only is it super fancy, it is right next door to Mr. Scott's. So that is brilliant. I'm going to stop our headhunt. Well, I can't do that quite yet. Let's check this out. This is gigantic. We have more than enough space to make sure everything we need gets done here. Let's go ahead and go to our warehouse, grab a flatbed spawner, or grab a flatbed, and we will begin building this house. And that is really our goal for this episode. The next episode, barring what Midtown looks like for demand, which it's all right. It's not great, but we can definitely tackle this. We will be moving into Midtown with clothing and trying to really get up there. And while we're in here, might as well pick up this clothing. We're looking for modern expensive. It's actually, hold on. No, that's fine. Yeah, I believe that store's getting 400 anyway. So we need one more box. Well, one more box of female. Hang on. Perfect. Let's just drop this off while we're in the area. That way that store can actually make money today. Let's just return this store back to its former glory. It was doing very well before we stopped stocking the expensive versions of the clothes. Now that it has those back in stock, he really will be doing perfectly fine. Now, back to our office, which is right here. Nope. Right here. And this might wind up looking exactly like one of the law firms. Obviously, way less desks, but we'll still be doing them in pods. Hopefully, everyone will have what they need so we don't have to worry about stocking the extra items, mouses, and the monitors. We'll just be able to buy those at will. And yeah, here's our new headquarters. Super close to Mr. Scott's. I would love to see that. And let's go ahead and buy no mouse pad. That's right off the bat. You can run those over to see how we're going to put them. Can probably just do something like this. Yeah, I feel like pods of 4 makes sense. 3 to pods of 3. And we transitioned into this office space because we need to hire more HR managers. we are just desperately low on HR managers, on um yeah, on HR managers for the factory employees. We are really running out of space with our regular HR managers. So getting more here makes sense. Let's go buy the chairs. And Austin, would you really get away with the cheap quantity? So why not? Let's go ahead and get these placed. And I had way more than 16 employees, I believe. We'll find out, I guess. But I'm pretty sure it was more than 16. So, but we'll make sure we get the most important one is squared away, and that is logistics. If we mess up logistics, then everything will be off for at least one day, and we don't want that. Oh, and I bought the other chairs. Ah, oh, darn it. Well, now to get the computers. Then we'll begin assigning people, and we'll buy the leftovers and extras. By leftovers, I mean whatever extra leftover employees aren't at a desk, we'll buy desks for them. Extras are mouse pads, monitors, things like that. And one more tricky. And yeah, this building is fit for 50 employees, 50 customers, I guess you could say. Definitely fit a lot more than 50 employees. Hopefully, we don't ever get up there. We'll see. I'm not sure what we'll get to. No employees. Yeah, have a bunch of unassigned employees now. That's annoying. All right, 28 employees. So definitely need quite a bit more. All right, let's go buy a whole nother set of everything. And we'll grab another pod, I guess you could say. So let's go do that. Doesn't ever hurt to have extras. And we'll definitely wind up needing to expand at some point. So might as well. And one of these rooms will be like a meeting room, one will be a break room. Right. Now for the computers. Let's get the rest of these people scheduled. All right. So we have a few extra desks, lots of demands that we'll take care of. But let's make sure everything's all set. So we have 2 logistics managers. Lauren Lane is going to take over a clothing factory. Clyde Parkinson's going to take over main distribution. We will have to redo all of our logistics there. Let's go ahead and call our importer exporter friend, I believe. Yep. Wonderful. Or be missing. Thinking this. We have 2 on married time, so it isn't that. All right. So we'll kind of give us an idea of what to order-ish. And we might get it wrong the first go around. That's okay. Then I'm going to just kind of over order and we can adjust. But I'd rather over order here than under order for sure. You really don't need that, but I guess it doesn't harm us to that. I'm going to just kind of switch all of these over to main distribution, even though we know we don't have any of these quite yet in any of our locations. So we'll go up to, let's just do 5,000. 5,000. 2,500 maybe. Don't need that. We'll do 2,500. Not 25,000. Same thing here. I'm going to just go ahead and check all of these off. And that way, if we do eventually start selling these products and we need to order them, we will already have them stated there in the main distribution center, so we don't have to check this off later. Yeah, I know it's stupid. It just makes it easier for now. And we'll do the same thing here, 2,500, 2,500, and 5,000. We're going to go 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Oh, yes. We did it a little early order of these just in case we ever get to selling these. Eventually, I would love to have one of every store. So that is an end goal. And that gets us all set. Let's go. We did that. Headhunters. We can just go ahead and get them all planned out. They're not doing any recruiting right now, but they will need to take care of the HR managers. I believe we had quite a few. And unfortunately, we get to know their plan. Doesn't look like we get to know, or maybe we have to set up new HR plans for them, which is fine by me. And these guys are our new set of HR managers with lower skill. And I'm gonna just go ahead and skip this part of the video so you guys don't have to watch me filling out all the HR managers with all of their people. And we've finished adding all of our employees to the HR manager. We definitely are going to need quite a few more, as if you look, there are still a whole bunch of employees that are unassigned. So we'll look into that. Just want to make sure all of these are at 0. And then these guys are at 100. Perfect. And we'll need to call the health insurance manager to set up the relationships. Let's look. You need Donald Hostetler. And he's going to be our gold guy. Wanda Williams and Mary Caldwell. I think they have these in order, which makes life easier. Silver. Bronze. And we'll get all of our employees back on those plans where they want to be. And then let's keep going. We did this. I think it would be a perfect time to start building out our separate distribution while we have this empty. But let's see. Yeah, why not? I mean, we have we don't necessarily have all that much time. Let's look at what warehouses are available. I mean, it doesn't hurt us. So the idea here is that one of these will be like the restaurant warehouse. So all of our restaurants, the Brewed Beans franchise, Burgers and Fries franchise will come out of this. Everything else will come out of this one. Yeah, let's do that. And this right here, absolute overkill for this game. You do not need to do this. Both of those are owned by Ingrid. That's Jessica Johnson. Okay. You can do this. And we'll name this the restaurant. This. And for now, we'll start with just one. We need a logistics manager. Okay. So let's go ahead and start headhunting for one, which we won't have in time. That's okay. That can start tomorrow. For now, let's go ahead and get these set up the way they should. And we definitely will be, at least at first, understocking most of these, I'm aware, just because I don't remember these numbers off the top of my head. And I'm sure maybe we can drop this down to 1,000. Yeah, I don't remember these numbers off the top of my head, and I'm sure we'll master it once again. I mean, we weren't doing the best to begin with, so we'll have to get back to it. Judy, ICLM. Okay, Burgers and Fries, we're back at it. All right, and I'm going to cut the rest of these out. We'll pick you up when these are all done. All right, looks like everyone is all set. We have everyone assigned to a desk. They're all doing what they should be doing. Clothing factory is lacking in people, but I think that's okay. Yes. Let's go ahead and head home. feel like I may have taken the most roundabout way of getting back home, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and head up. And let's go ahead and eat. We do need to pick up food from our warehouse soon here. But for now, let's watch TV. We'll play games for a little bit as well. And we made $727,000 yesterday. Let's go ahead and sleep until the morning. Received a few logistics alerts to look at. Not enough inventory to deliver. That's fine if that's expected. And all of these items to look at. We'll just keep an eye on that. Need to grab the couch. Let's go ahead and eat. And let's go look at, well, for one, let's start hiring a headhunter. We're going to need a logistics manager as well as a delivery driver. And that's going to be for our new warehouses. We're going to have 2. And so what this does is it slows down the process a little bit more, because essentially purchasing agents are going to purchase, deliver to the main distribution. That happens on Monday. Now, between Monday and Tuesday, the main distribution delivers to the restaurant distribution. Then on Wednesdays, when our weekly deliveries will begin happening. So you have to be extremely smart with how you structure this. Your logistics have to be spot on in order to avoid getting those random off deliveries. So right now, so let's look at warehouses once again. We got this one. No, we didn't. Which one did we rent? Be nice. Okay, this one. And we're going to rent this one. Technically, these don't have to be this big, but in case we spread out to more, let's say gifts and clothing. Desk. And really what we're going to do is let's head to our regular warehouse. Let's also contact. Well, we have to wait until 10 anyway. Let's head to our regular warehouse. We're going to steal one of the delivery trucks from there and drop it off at the restaurant distribution. Back up here. And like I was saying, this is overkill, guys. You do not have to do it like this. I'm doing it like this. It's easier for my brain to keep track of. And it just, to me, makes the most sense. So this will now go here. This is going to be ridiculously hard to get into. I'm leaving even a little bit of VR. I will probably cut this out. There we go. And now we can even steal one of the delivery drivers from here. You will go to restaurant distribution, manage schedule. You're going to get it assigned to your truck. Should have known the other one was going to be the other slot. And you are also going to get assigned to your truck. Perfect. Now we have to, let's go over to Industry City. We're going to buy another truck. Turn that off. We're here. And I'm going to cut myself driving over the bridge. So we will see you guys when we get on the other side of the bridge. All right, and we are on the other side of the bridge. And while I was taking that drive, I was thinking the restaurant distribution definitely will need 2 trucks. So this one is going to wind up going there. The clothing distribution, though, should be fine with 1 truck, so we will need to go ahead and cross the bridge one more time and buy that truck out. Yikes. All right. Go ahead around these cars, I guess. And let's see if I can get in here in a reasonable manner. No, sweet, the money in. Go ahead and park that. Let us look at the candidates we have. I'm going to go ahead and, well, we'll leave the factory workers there. We're going to go ahead and hire all of these. Because technically we only need 2. Yeah, we'll hire these 2. You are going to restaurant distribution. That's fine. You're going to go to clothing, gifts distribution. We need 2 logistics managers. Should be good. Good. We can stop the headhunters. If we need more, we can always turn it back on. Let's get them on the schedule. So you have to go here and here. And go ahead and add our plans. And while we're at it, I'm going to actually, no, we'll leave this as this. And now what's going to happen is this will be delivering to restaurant disc and clothing and gift distribution. And what we're going to be delivering is the exact amount of items that we are purchasing. So let's actually look at our purchase order. We'll probably split bags. We'll go like 30, 20. We'll see what happens. And then 25, 25, 5,000, 10,000. It's going to be a lot to look at. So I will pick you guys back up when we are done assigning these. Perfect. So if you look at this, you'll see this is distributing all the gift and clothing items. And the reason for doing it like this is you could set it up by neighborhood, right? You could have a Midtown distribution or a garment district distribution. The reason I set it up by category versus neighborhood is this allows you to have 16 restaurants. It allows you to have, 16 hair salons, 16 gift shops. Whereas the neighborhoods, it allows you to have 16 stores in the neighborhood. So it's just a different way of thinking about it. Now I'm assigning these guys, and this is going to be our gift and clothing guy. This is going to be our restaurant distribution, and I will begin setting these up. And similarly, I won't torture you guys, so I'll pick you up on the other end. All right, and restaurants are all set. So if you look at this, you'll see we have our logistics set up. When we need to go buy another truck and set up our gifts and clothing distribution. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I think I might do as well is we're not going to spend any more money today or tomorrow after buying this truck. Sunday, of course, well, Monday is when the purchase order comes through. So we will go ahead and have all the money needed for that purchase order. And then what I think I'm going to do is on Tuesday, we're going to place an urgent order. Maybe wait for Wednesday, we'll see. And what that does is then our main distribution on Tuesday morning will deliver the purchase order to our secondary distribution. And then if we place an urgent order, again, that gets delivered to our main distribution, and we will always be stocked in both. Then the purchase orders are still going through our main distribution, and they will always equal what's missing from there, and the main distribution will always be delivering to that secondary distribution. So we'll pretty much have always the amount of items needed in both locations, which I think makes a lot of sense. We'll never run out of food items again if they're in both areas. So, similar to the other truck, I will pick you guys up on the other end of the bridge. All right, and we are on the other side of the bridge. So let's go ahead and drop this truck off. Is parking here going to be just as difficult? It doesn't actually seem so. Got the truck parked. Let's go ahead and assign our driver. Wonderful. Now that we have now that it's past 10, we can go ahead and call Maybe I think Essentials of Science Appliances does these storage shelves. Let me see. Metal shell, storage shell. Yep. We want the other type, though. We are looking for the warehouse type of shelf, not the storage shelf. There we go. I'm going to say, let's go ahead and order 25 each. Might be overkill. More than likely going to be overkill. But we'll learn. So we want clothing or gift and clothing factory today at 4 or at 2. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for restaurant test today at 2. Palette. I just want to make sure. Okay. Perfect. So we'll need to wait until 2 p.m. for those to be delivered. Let's go ahead and make sure our logistics is taking care of these. So you will be taken care of quite a bit. So garment gifts. And then it's another thing to think about, right? Is this might not turn into like maybe we'll split these into different ones. So the gifts warehouse, the clothing warehouse at some point. And I will once again pick you guys up on the other end of doing this. Perfect. We went ahead and did that. Let's go ahead and where's our car? Perfect. Go ahead and grab our car. And we're going to just bring it over here. We're going to sleep until 2 and start putting together the rest of our factories. Or our warehouses, I should say. Wonderful. And we've also got messages from our health insurance manager, so we'll look at that as well. Let's see what we can negotiate with here. Perfect. 1796. Let's go ahead and say 16. We'll go ahead and accept 1724. Could be a lot worse. Let's try again here. We'll start with 8. 12, 18. Say 11. 1184 works for me. Don't want to upset them too much. And then lastly, bronze. Whoop, I clicked accept instead of negotiate. That's fine. Now, all of our employees that would like their gold health insurance are covered by our gold health insurance employee guy or insurance guy, so on. So we're good there. And let's continue on our last step of just making sure this is ready to get docking tomorrow. Weird. Usually, I thought you could just put them against the wall, but it's not letting me. Feels weird. And it's not letting me rotate my screen either. Okay. We're having a weird time. That's okay. We can always fix it at some other point. But for now, the important part is getting these out. Guess we could do this. Okay, it's just acting very weird at the moment. Okay, there we go. We are able to. Nope. I don't get what's going on, but I'll just have to exist with it, I guess. This gives us a good enough angle anyway. And this definitely looks like it was overkill on purchase, but it wasn't all that expensive, and it makes sure that we're kind of future proofed. Let's go ahead and go across the street. Said, okay, do the same thing here. And luckily, we won't have any more employees complaining about their lack of health insurance that was starting to come through. We got everyone what they wanted, so hopefully we won't be losing any employees as a result of that. But even then, our headhunters are set up to replace them, so they should be well suited for that. Let's just keep placing these guys. And the good thing with this size warehouse as well is we have so much space to, if we need to, go ahead and expand more pallet shelves. Say we do open up 16 different restaurants, we'll need a lot more pallet shelves. We'll be able to expand quite a bit into this warehouse. Perfect. I think this is a perfect time to call this one an episode. We were able to finish up our factories, show you guys the factories. We set up a whole new headquarters, 2 new warehouses. In the next episode, we will be looking at expanding into another restaurant, or sorry, another clothing store, I should say. And we'll go from there. If you guys like this episode, please like and subscribe. Please comment anything that you would like to see, any questions, comments you have, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.